Good morning. Hello. Outdoors. Welly Fitness is back, but also we're going to do more work this week with the ball. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Kirsty. I am a personal trainer and I'm also a massage therapist working with cancer patients and post-operatively with scar tissue and scar-related issues. Excuse me. So apologies for being late. Number one, puppy ran off with some of my technical equipment. Not helpful. And number two, Wi-Fi went off. So that's a good start. And that's what happens when you go live. It's authentic. This is what you get. But what a glorious, glorious morning. Really frosty early on. It is still a bit nippy, but I thought we've got to make the most of it and come outside and do it today. So today we're going to start with some mobility using the ball. If you haven't got a ball, it doesn't matter. You can do it without. You could do it with a football, whatever you've got, water bottle, or nothing at all. It's not compulsory. We're going to do a bit of mobility. Then we're going to start doing some exercises using our ball, building on what we did last week. But we're going to intersperse it with 30 seconds of cardio between each exercise. Now, just the fact that you're going from the ball to standing up is enough to create an increase in heart rate and intensity within the body. So it's going to help to burn those calories, get you a little bit fitter, along with working the muscles during the core exercises and increasing your stability and your balance. So have you got some water? Have you got a safe space to do this on? You know, suitable surface, good footwear, and have you got your water? And most of all, you need your attitude. You need a positive attitude. And this week, I think it's lifted the nation's spirits a little bit, knowing that we have an idea of dates. They're not set in stone, and they can't be. You know, we all understand that. But if everything continues to improve as it is at the moment, then come the end of March, things will be opening up. Middle of April, I should be back out on the road treating clients again, but I'll be keeping you all up to date with that through emails and giving you phone calls to let you know what's happening. But it looks like middle of April at the moment. So shall we do some Saturday lockdown fitness? Here's to you. Let's make a start. So what we're going to start with, if you've got your ball, there's my wellies. Andre, that's especially for you. We are just going to take the ball out in front and bring it backwards and forwards. We're going to do 10. Now, anybody that knows me knows I'm rubbish at counting. Good. Now, we're going to take it up overhead. I'm going to hit the tree. There we go. If I did it indoors, I'd be hitting the light fittings. So we're just loosening out the shoulders, stretching through the body. Get those shoulders going. Let's do a couple more. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take it on an angle. So we're going to take it up and down across the body. What I'm going to do is just turn you around a little bit. It's such a beautiful day out here. Okay, so ball or no ball. If you're going to do it without the ball, just take your arms up and imagine that you're chopping a tree down, coming across the body. You can do it with the ball comes up and across. A little bit of bend to the knees. Any back problems, health conditions, get checked out before you start. Okay, let's go one more. Excellent. Now, everything needs to be even, so we need to go the other way. So I'm now starting with the ball up to my left, bringing it down to the right. And it's up to you how low you go. As you get warmer and you get looser, then you can go deeper. Good morning if you're coming on. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to tell people about this. The more people that know, the more people I can help. One more. Good. Now we're going to do a little bit of a squat. So the key with the squat, as I've said before, is to keep your knees behind your toes and push your hips behind you. with or without the ball. Just a little squat. You can touch the floor with the ball, come back up. Breathing, keeping that belly button in towards the spine, going a little bit lower, a little bit deeper as you warm up. And if you haven't got the ball, you just do a little squat like that. If you want to increase the intensity without the ball, as you come up, you could reach overhead and try and touch the floor. Reach overhead. So that's our little mobility bit done. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to do 15 seconds, and I have got a clock. Doesn't mean that I'll be accurate. Just marching it through. If you're just warming up, you can do a little march. You could do big high knees. If you're a little bit stronger and a little bit fitter, you could be jogging on the spot. It's totally up to you what you want to do. And if you're wondering what that green thing is, this one, that's the piece of equipment that the dog went off with. So I've had to put it up high. Okay, you should be feeling a little bit warmer, a little bit more loosened up and ready to go. So let's have a drink before we start doing the exercises with the ball. How's your week been? I just need to move you down. Move that over there. So hopefully you can see. Right, so we're going to start with some curl-ups. And as always, it's a case of getting yourself in the right position before you start. Now, if you're new to the ball, go back and have a look at last week's, because I talked about setting up your posture. If you're anything up to about 5'7", then you need a 55 centimetre ball, which is what this is. If you're 5'7" to about 6 foot, then you need a 65 centimetre ball, which is, it comes up a little bit taller. And if you're over 6 feet, then you need a 75 centimetre ball. The more you inflate it, the harder it's going to be, because it will roll around a bit more. This one is fractionally too small for me, but it does the job, just to show you what we're doing. So all we're going to do, make sure that your lower back is supported, your hips are up, so you're kind of flat through your thighs, 90 degrees, and you're into that tabletop. Supporting your back. You can support your head and your neck because it is quite heavy, and you're aiming to bring your rib cage closer to your pelvis. We're going to do 10. So set yourself up, draw that belly button in, keep a space between your chin and your chest, and lift. 2. You could take your hands up here if you wanted to, and think about going up towards the sky. The further you go back, the more range of movement you're going to get. You want to avoid these doing the work and coming up like that. That's not what we're aiming for on this exercise today. I think we've got one more. Do one for luck. Okay. I always do an extra one rather than one less. Right, we are going to do 30 seconds of cardio. So we're going up and across, turning through the body, getting that heart rate back up again. It's absolutely beautiful down here in Sussex today. There we are, we've done 10 seconds already. Turn and reach. Good going. Stay with me. 5 more seconds. There you go. Right. We're going to work on the side abdominals now, the obliques. There's one set that runs down your rib cage that way. That's the externals. And underneath is another set that come up the other way. So you've got a crisscross going on. You've got one going down and one underneath that comes up. And that's what gives us our rotation and when we're doing things like that. So we're going to work those back into your position, but this time you need to have your shoulders and your head on the ball so they are supported. Your hips come right up, squeeze through your bottom, nice and stable through your thighs. Take your hands up, imagine that they're pointing at 12 o'clock, and you're going to move your hands to 11 o'clock, back to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Now, as you get fitter and stronger, you can go further, which is what I'm going to demonstrate now, just so you know what we're doing. So back into that position. So my shoulders are on the ball, nice and stable, hands above chest, and I'm going to roll to 3 o'clock. And you can see my shoulder comes off the ball, I roll through the ball, 12 o'clock, roll to 9 o'clock. And you can see these muscles are all working really hard. And up. I need to try and keep my hips up a bit more. 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Now you can pause at any time and reset your position if you think you're losing that connection. Let's go 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. How was that? Did you enjoy that? I like that one. I also like because you get the mobility, so you get that movement across the ball. Have a little drink because we've got cardio again. So 30 seconds. This time we're punching. So punch across the body. Check the clock. Should be feeling a lot warmer by now and a lot looser. And this just proves that you can do fitness anywhere. You don't need a massive area. You don't need lots of equipment. You can just do this with your own body weight and a square meter of space. Nearly there. Just watch your elbows when you're punching so that you're not putting too much pressure on those joints. There you go. 30 seconds. Right, bridge. Don't actually need that. We did this bridge last week. So we're coming down, bottom touches the floor, back leans into the ball, push through your feet, through your heels, and up. Come up. Now you can see I'm flat here, 90 degrees at the knee, and down. You can support your head and neck, up. You can go slow. You can power up if you want to create more power in the glutes and the hamstrings. Go slowly, work through that whole range of movement. Engage the core. Remember, your belly button should be in towards your spine a little bit. We talked last week about doing up a belt as tight as it will go and then letting it out 2 or 3 notches. That's the sensation you should be creating in your abs. And make it a little bit harder. Hands above the chest. Or you could go for full extension. So you come up, arms reach over and down. You can have them here. You can have them resting on your thighs. Wherever it's comfortable for you. If you need to support your head and your neck, but you're still keeping that gap between your chin and your chest, looking up. That's your bridges. So, 30 seconds. Cardio. Good morning. Thank you. Whoops. Thank you for coming on. Hope you're finding these useful. Been doing them all through lockdown, so you can go back look through the page and you'll find lots of different videos doing different things. 30 seconds. We're going to do can this time. Just get those knees up. You can make it as small as you want. You don't have to go for full extension. Hopefully my welly is not going to fly off. It nearly did in a previous video. If you're really fit, you want to go for it, then you can jump it, or you can do it small. It's totally up to you. My ethos is to try and break down as many barriers as possible for people and their fitness. So you don't need fancy equipment. You don't need expensive gyms to stay fit and get yourself healthy. You just need you, your brain, to be in a good place and a positive attitude. There we go. Right, plank. Now there's different ways of doing the plank. This week, we're going to do it with our body on the ball. So the more supported you are, so if I've got the ball here on my hips and my toes are touching the floor, then the ball is taking most of the weight. I can lift my feet off the floor and stay there. If I roll myself further down the ball, then I've got more body weight coming through my arms and my feet are off. Let me just see if I can get a better angle for you. I need to be about here. So, walk myself down the ball. How's that? There we go. That's a bit better. Now you can use a mat, your hands, whatever's best for you. You want to go for full extension, feet on the ball, toes on the ball, you can do, but you need to keep that belly button engaged. No dipping and sagging, no coming up. That's a totally different exercise. Going to hold for about 10 seconds. When you're done, carefully on and off the ball. That's probably one of the hardest things about using the ball, is getting on and off safely. Okay, quick drink. We've got another 30 seconds of cardio. Are you ready? So let's go back to the one we started with. Up and across, getting a really good stretch through the side of the body. And if you've got some music on, that will help to motivate you. It's a bit difficult with StreamYard and Facebook because they'll cut you off after about 10 seconds. But you can have music on in the background. It's a real motivator. Doesn't matter if you're into classical, heavy rock, mainstream pop, whatever it is, find your favourite tune, get up, have a boogie, jiggle about to it, shake your body out, jump up and down, anything that you want to do to get you moving. Not only is it for health benefits, weight loss, muscle strength, it's mental power. It really does improve your mindset. And being outside is even better because you're getting some vitamin D from the sun, you're getting fresh air, you get to look at a different environment. And if you're lucky, I'm very lucky where I live. I've got loads of countryside around me. Obviously I've got the dogs, so I'm out every day with them. But even if you are sort of semi-shielding and you've got a garden, just get out in your garden, do laps up and down your garden, 5 minutes, twice a day. It will help to improve your mental well-being, I promise you. Right, last one, then we're going to do some stretches. So, this is about core strength. And as always, make sure you get yourself into the right position to start with. So lie yourself down and you're thinking about that engagement. If you need a block under your head because it's uncomfortable to go all the way back, that's absolutely fine. Just find a pillow, a cushion, foam block, Just make sure that your head's supported, you've got no stress, no pressure coming through your back. If it feels uncomfortable, then we need to address it. You should be able to get these from the tip down to the middle of your fingers under your back. If you can get your whole hand in, you've got too much arch. Let's see if I can show you. Too much arch that way. There's a big gap here. If you can't get your fingers in at all, then your back is too flat on the floor. And it all comes down to your pelvis. Just tilt your pelvis and you'll get that neutral spine. So you want neutral here, nice and relaxed through the shoulders, belly button in, tighten that belt, and then let it out so you can breathe. With or without the ball. Ball goes on one knee with the opposite hand. You can just slide the hand away and slide the leg away and come back. Still keeping that engagement between the rib cage and the pelvis. You can alternate. Reset the core as you do it. Extend the other side. Roll it back. Extend. You want to make this a little bit more challenging. Take the feet off the floor. Hold the ball and extend away. Now again, you must make sure you don't arch or flatten. If you're losing that position, then either lower the legs or take the exercise back a few notches until you're stronger, feel strong enough to do it. So we're coming up tabletop. Ball and knee. Extend. Come back in. Now you can stay on the same side. That makes it harder on the working side. You can alternate. Alternating makes it harder to keep the connection here. But, whoops, got confused. But by alternating, one side is having a rest in between. So it's up to you how you want to do it. And just keep doing that. Now that is strengthening all through your core, through your back, and making this middle section really, really strong. Think about it like a tree trunk. You know, that tree trunk doesn't really move. Its branches will sway in the wind, but the rest of the trunk is quite stable. And that's what we should think about with this. We should be able to move our arms and legs without collapsing and falling over. So we're going to do some stretches. This is where I need my little strap. And this is what Puppy ran off with. So it's just ideal for her. So wrap the band around that leg. Keep the leg as straight as you can. And then try and pull it in. You can keep the other leg bent, that will support your back. Try and get to 90 degrees between your body and your leg. That's what you're aiming for, as straight as possible without locking out. If you're straight and you get to here, fantastic. Just work on getting it closer to you. It's no good being able to do this and lifting your bottom off the floor and saying, yes, I've got lovely hamstrings, because that's not the way the exercise should be done. And then just hold. You're waiting for any tension in the back of the leg, behind the knee, in the calf. You're waiting for that tension to ease off. If you point your toe towards you, so push your heel towards the sky, you'll get a more intense stretch. And then you just hold that, breathing, relaxing, anything, 15, 30 seconds, whatever you need to do. If your core is quite strong, you can straighten the other leg and you'll get stretched through the front of the thigh as you do it. And then obviously you need to do the other side as well. So don't worry about where you start from. Number one, as long as you start, and number two, you do it correctly. There's no point in doing it badly and with poor form, because it's just a waste of your effort. So I can feel that stretching through here today. And it's really lovely out here. So that would be my hamstrings. Rolling over. be coming down here. And if I put my hands out like I'm in a capital E and I peel my chest away from the floor, then I get stretch through my tummy, through those muscles that we've just worked. Nice and relaxed breathing. Sitting back, we're going to stretch from here up through the back, just into a nice relaxed position. You can take it to the side if you want to, and you'll get more through those obliques. Get back to the center, take it to the other side. Just make sure you do everything evenly so you don't end up wonky. Bit of happy cat. Happy cat, so dip from your tailbone, dip your spine away, bone by bone, and then push up. So I'm pushing up through my shoulder blades, through my spine, all the way down to my tailbone, and then I'm going down again. And that is just increasing flexibility in the spine, stretching out those muscles. Turning round, you can sit, you can kneel, you can stand, whatever's comfortable for you. Take one hand up, take that body over. You get stretch all through here, all the way over. Good morning, I can see your comments. Thank you for joining me. I will come back and reply to everything. Up the other way, really good tip with this. As you reach up, breathe in, lift your rib cage, and then breathe out as you go over. And for extra stretch, if you're stable, you can pull with your other hand. But you need to be nice and secure to do it. And then we're going to do front of the thighs. You can just take a step forward. Now I can feel this stretching down through this leg now. If I go this way, you'll see. And I'm keeping this knee behind my toe. If you don't take a big step and you go like that, you're putting an awful lot of pressure into that knee. So big step, lean forward. You'll feel the stretch through the front of the thigh. If you squeeze your bottom, that will make it a bit deeper. And if you tilt your pelvis, so you can see that it's moving, tilt your pelvis under, so your hip bones are pointing upwards, that will increase the stretch as well. My goodness, we've been going half an hour. And then the other side, I'll turn around this way so you can see. The other leg goes forward, lean into it, tilt the pelvis, nice and stable and relaxed. And that's pretty much us done. So let me come and see what you've been saying before we go. Don't forget to drink your water. Good morning, Paula. We'll catch up. Just got back from a ride. Fantastic. And Andre, Welly Fitness. I thought you'd be pleased. And you got the noise of the birds. Yes, we're very, very fortunate today. Hope the weather's just as good with you. So there's our exercises for this week. I need to know if you want me to continue this, because obviously we're still pretty much in lockdown for the whole of March. And if you want me to continue these on a Saturday morning, then let me know. And if you've got any ideas or there's things that you want to work on or improve, or you've started at this point and you don't know how to progress it, then drop me a message and I'll answer it for you, and we'll get you moving. So breaking down barriers to fitness, making fitness work for you on a beautiful day, and no interruptions from the horrors. So that's good. Anyway, have a great time. I'll be back during the week. What have I got this week? I've got a lot of CPD this week, still working on the jaw and getting ready for April for getting things opened up. So the clan will be open, Kirsty's Clan, which is my subscription, which is on a monthly basis. If you want to know more about that, have a look on the Facebook page or message me. And yeah, take care, enjoy, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you soon. Cheerio for now.